It's been a while, but I swear I haven't been goofing around. Okay, maybe a little bit of goofing around. If you want to know what that's all about, you clearly don't follow me on Instagram, but stick around at the end of the episode. I'll replay it here for you. As one user put it, imagine building an airplane in your garage and going viral for wearing a turkey costume. I completely agree, but also at nearly 1 million views, I'm not complaining. Now the next part I'm going to move through fairly quickly because I've gotten a lot done and I'm excited to bring it to you. Besides, it should all be pretty much smooth sailing from here, right? I'd say it took me about 3 or 4 hours, but by the time I was done cutting out all the swearing, that's all the footage I had left. Seriously though, it was a little more difficult than what I showed. There's a lot of drilling and tapping and cutting, and you find out your tap's not long enough, and so you go get a longer tap, but they don't make longer taps, so then you gotta drill out one hole bigger so that your tap will reach further, and then you realize that you didn't drill the initial hole. I love how it came out. It has just enough clasp. I can actually adjust that a little bit, and I might need to once I have the new cross support in here, because there won't be as much give in this roll bar. Hey, future Ryan here. I jumped the gun in adjusting that latch hook and wound up having to order another one. And in fact, I jumped the gun in ordering another one and wound up making the old one work. It's been a whole thing. But I say that to say this. The Canopy in general is much like the rest of the airplane, where Van says don't rivet something unless you have to. Well, with the Canopy, you don't adjust anything unless you have to, or just don't adjust anything at all. Just leave it in the box. It's probably better there. When all is said and done, I think I did wind up getting it like a 1/2 degree crooked when it's locked in. Yeah, mine's skewed just a little bit, but I'm not gonna let it bug me too much. I really do like how it came out. Everything's functioning on this. I'm gonna keep moving forward. My mission right now is to get the side skirts done. That includes the side skirt braces, which go on the inside of the canopy. Had to take the canopy off in order to drill all the holes and get the fit right. It's just too hard to do on the plane. These things are delicate. I've already learned some lessons. I would go a step down in the hole size that they're recommending. That'll keep your hole from encroaching on the bends in that piece. And I really shouldn't have drilled the holes in my side skirts until I was match drilling all in one fell swoop with these pieces. Now I'm stuck trying to modify this thing to fit some existing holes that maybe aren't ideally placed. They're fiddly little bits. It's like trying to deburr a slinky, man. They're delicate, they're lightweight, and they're bendy. But I think I can get them fit on here, get everything looking nice and tight. We'll get them primed, get the insides of these primed so that I can rivet all this together. That'll be the exciting part. Having everything riveted, having it all be where I want it to be, bent into shape, that'll allow me to move on to the next piece. Now realizing this needs to go back to the plane because I haven't finalized the bending of the rear side skirts. They need to be tweaked just a little bit. This is going to solidify their position. That's its purpose, but currently they're not where I want them to be. So back on the fuselage, bend the side skirts, back on the bench, finish up here. Easy, right? All right, I got the braces drilled into place. They look really nice, and I gotta say the larger holes, I kind of actually like the look because the reveal of the hole starts to reveal a little bit of the bend on the canopy frame, and they kind of nestle together. It looks pretty planned out. I'm gonna pretend it was. This has to go, once again, back to the airplane where we'll do some additional match drilling before I can prime these pieces and get them riveted. With the back braced, I can go ahead and match drill that skirt brace into position. I have a wood block and I can push the tabs of the brace up against the skirt from this side, and on this side push the skirt to where I need it to be and then easily drill a hole. Now, back where I can't reach it, I have a trick there too. I got some magnets. I originally purchased them to hold things in place when I go to glue the skirt on, the rear skirt that is. I realized that these would work great to hold the tab on one side and squeeze the tab and the skirt together as I hold the skirt on the outside, clamping it into place so that I can simply push and drill. All right, everything's been match drilled. It's time once again to pull everything off, take it over to the bench, prep these to prime. Next up, match drilling to final size. Inside number 30, outside number 34, which I don't know if I have. I think I might have a 7/64, which is close. If not, I might be ordering some drill bits. The lower holes, or in this case the upper holes that attach the brace to the skirt, need to be dimpled, and then everything needs to be primed. We're gonna zip through this. I'd really like to get these attached to see how they look. And I pushed hard, man. Not a lot of great footage, worse audio. There is this Ryobi commercial looking bit here. I even pushed so hard that I took the parts up to the upstairs parts dryer to see if I could rush them through. It actually works quite well. Anyways, we'll get to the conclusion of all this in a bit, but first, a detour. The next part is really not for the squeamish. There's still a little lip on the back of this thing, and it's going to get in the way of my fairing. It's going to require me to bulk up the fairing, and I don't want to do that. The quickest, easiest way I can think of to get this to where I want to be is the belt sander. The idea here is to not take too much off, not thin this out too much, but definitely get it out of the way. And if anything, extend our contact patch where the glue will attach the fiberglass fairing, the Sika that is. I think I've done a pretty good job. It's definitely going to help. I definitely think it will make the fairing not only conform better, but just overall simpler to construct. Hey, I just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you, sincerely. While most of you watch these videos on Saturdays and Sundays, those are the days where I get the majority of my build time in. And your comments usually roll in when I'm knee-deep in aluminum filings. The comments filled with encouraging tips and tricks and kind words and humor keep me going through this. And so again, thank you. This got out of control kind of quick. At first, I wasn't too concerned. I was pretty cool, calm, and collected and got the Sika on and started plugging away on the rivets. But then I noticed the top seam on the skins was sort of widening, and I couldn't figure out how to clamp it down. I don't have any sufficient clamps. So I had to kind of work on the fly and with wet glue come up with this little contraption to try and keep that seam down. At the same time trying to set some rivets because the clecos were getting in the way. I'm gonna leave it here. The original plan was to get the braces in, but this is where it'll sit for the night while this glue cures, and then I'll clean it up in the morning and see about getting the braces added. All right, excited to get the clamps off and the braces on. The side skirt skins, the side skirts, they've taken a little bit of a beating. They're a little scratched up and worse for wear. But I think, you know, when all is said and done, it'll be fine. Well, you know, it'll look rough until it's painted, but I'm not too concerned about anything that's happened through this. I think by the time I get all these clamps off, it'll look pretty clean. Boy, that's it on an adventure that took, like everything, a little longer than I had thought. The side skirts are done though, and that clears the way for the rear skirt in some fiberglass, which will be a huge transition in a very similar part, but a totally different way of constructing it. I'm really excited to get my hands dirty on some fiberglass again, and really excited to see just how that comes out. The skirts came out about as good as I could have imagined. I put one last little fillet here of Sika just to clean it up a bit, and then once that's cured, I'll be able to kind of trim everything back and see how it looks. They're tight. I do like how they fit. I'm having a hard time getting over the metal, like I mentioned before. They've gotten beat up a little bit from the magnets and from being on the bench. And right now, all I can see is a lot of imperfections in this very, very shiny metal. And so I have faith that once it's painted and this thing's in its final form, they're going to look fantastic. It's just taken a little bit of imagination to get there right now. But the function is great. and I think it's going to be a great stepping stone to this rear skirt. As I mentioned before, thank you to everyone who watches and sends all the kind words and comments and all of that. That's it for this one. We'll catch you next time on Ryan Flies. I told her I had one last thing to grab, and I would be right out. All right, let's do this.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
You said you needed a comfortable airport fit.
I didn't say, that's not, you're gonna, no. Ryan.
Over the next couple of days, a family's traveling with the holiday spirit.
I was told that I needed to wear a comfortable outfit for the plane ride.
If you're checking a bag, make sure you have a carry-on with an extra change of clothes along with medications. What you need